Hello and welcome. My name is Deborah Ruthven Arbinlow, and I'm a blogger and photographer for Second Life. I am doing a second Catwa Bento video because she has sent me an updated head with rigged eyes and teeth, and I thought it would be really cool to test it out for you guys. She also sent me an animation sample that goes with this. So the eyes that I'm wearing here are rigged eyes that she's going to make Omega so that you can do different eyes on them. Like I know the Skinnery made Omega eyes, and I'm not sure who else. So this new head, I believe, has some rigging changes, and also with the rigged eyes and stuff, it will make a big difference. So I thought it was fitting to make another video for it. I have not tested these sliders before I am doing this video, so this is a reveal for me as well. So we'll go through these sliders again like we did in the last video, and then I'll show you the sample animation that she sent to me in the end. I just sounded like Sean Connery there. She sent me an animation. Okay, so head size. We didn't do this last time, but I'll show you if you want to. Wayne's World, Wayne's World. Okay, so you can make your head bigger or smaller. You can stretch or squash. Those things we used to be able to do with regular rigged mesh heads, but now you can do them even better. And then the head shape can be more square or more round. This was shown in the last. Oh, this is much better rigged now, actually. You can make it very square or very rounded. And of course, the chin sliders will also affect. I am using her default shape, and then I'm using the Deetalez Merry skin and the Little Bones Reina hair, which was at Collaborate or Collaboratiate, whatever you want to call it, in July. Alright, so egghead, the forehead or chin heavy, just decides where you want to be. Really, you're going to want to be pretty center on this one, just because you're going to run into issues with fitting hairs if you mess around with that too much. Let's see, shear up, and let's look and see if this works. I don't even, oh my god. It does work, but don't do it unless you want to be a Halloween head. That's actually really cool, but it's also really freaky. Shear, shear, do. I could do this all day, but I won't. Okay, alright, so forehead angle, more vertical or more sloped. So all that does is change your angle of your forehead. You can see how that's affecting my hairline. Brow size does work, but it's not a huge deal. I mean, most people aren't going to be messing around with their brow size, unless you want to be a caveman. Puffy cheeks, again, works. Not a huge difference, but it does make an effect. So if you're looking to make your face look a certain way, it will help. Lower cheeks, this made a big impact on the last one. So that's actually really cool as a function. If you make this too sunken, I do think you will deform your mesh. There is always going to be a little bit of a limitation no matter what you do. And then cheekbones high and low, it does work, but it's a minor difference. But you can see it moving. Chugga chugga chugga. Alright, now eyes should be a pretty big difference now because these are rigged eyes. So your eyes will move with your eye sliders as opposed to just static mesh eyes. I have an eye lock on right now so that the eyes don't move around. Okay, so let's go small. That's really cool. So your eyes get bigger and smaller as you change your slider. That's very cool. Okay, so eye opening, bigger or smaller. Okay, so rigging does not affect eye opening on this. Let's undo those changes. Eye set does affect, yeah. Outer eye corner, we know I like them a little up, but you can do up and down, that's cool. Doesn't seem to affect the eye position, which makes sense since that wouldn't affect eyes otherwise. Corner down and up, sunken and bugged. Okay, so we don't want to bug them all the way to 100. But it does seem to do a nice little effect. And I think there will be some rigging changes as we go on as well. Alright, upper eyelid fold. Same as last time, just kind of makes you look high. Eye bags. Similar to last time. Just makes some weird saggy eyes. Most people aren't going to be using those sliders in the first place. Puffy eyelids, just makes them a little bit bigger. Eyelash length shouldn't affect, no, and it doesn't. Eye pop, let's see. No, does not affect, which is well and good. Ears should be the same. Yeah, big and small ears. Ear angle, not affected. Attached earlobe, not affected. Ear tips, again, they do go out. Let's see if we can... Ooh, they make them pointy. Last time they didn't go super pointy, but now they actually go pointy. So you can make elf ears out of your Catwa Bento head once they're released. That's really very cool. Okay, so we've got that going on. And even the elf ears. I like that a lot. I'm going to leave them because I like the elf ears. Okay. Moving on to the nose. Nose size, large and small. Let's look to the side here. Large and small. So you can really get some really good fantasy sorts of shapes, because if you got your elf ear and a very small nose, that's very fantasy looking. I like that. Okay, let's go back. Okay, nose width. Same as the last time, although it does seem to have a little bit more oomph. I think there's a little bit more influence on these rigged bones now. Let's see. Narrow and wide. Again, shrinking. Oh, that's the one I just did. Okay. Nostril width. Not a huge difference again, but there is more of a difference this time, I think, on this head. Nostril division. Ooh, yeah. More influence. So this new update has definitely changed a lot. So that tells me that this head, once it's complete, once Bento goes live, which they're hoping is going to be in the fall. Incidentally, the Bento is now on a release channel, which means it's like the last step before they bring it into like being the default browser, or not browser, but viewer. And when it's the default viewer is when Firestorm will get the same information put in. So hopefully by the end of this year, maybe we'd be able to have Bento going. So that would be really cool to have these heads ready. All right, so nostril division we've played with, which is very cool. And then let's see, nose thickness. This is the Shrek slider. You can get a little Shrek going on. Upper bridge. Let's see what the impact is this time. I'm not anticipating much different. Upper bridge. Ooh, actually a little bit closer to the ability to do a Grecian nose now. It's still not quite, but I think there's a lot more opportunity there. That's pretty cool. Personally, I like more petite noses, but I do like the opportunity to have a nose that's got that look. All right, bridge width. Very cool. Lots of options there. Nose angle, upturned and downturned. Nose angle, downturned, upturned. So still not a huge difference, but for the impact of your mesh profile, it will be a bit of a difference. Nose tip shape, just bulbous or pointy. Mostly seems to be taking away like the fat in the nose. Crooked nose, it works. It moves your lip in this current model. Pretty cool though. We don't want to use crooked nose though. Alright, so let's go to lips. Lip fullness and lip width. Lip width first. So you can go as wide as this, and you have a real big mouth, or as narrow as this, have a little pucker. Lip fullness. More full, less full. With the influence, this definitely has a little bit more influence than the last one, because as you get really big, it starts to deform the mesh, which is going to happen, I think, no matter what, if you have a lot of influence there. Lip thickness, thin to thick. That's very cool, the amount that you can do. Let's see, lip ratio has a lot more impact this time, which is probably why these ones can deform the lips so much easier. Mouth position, high and low. That's cool. Mouth corner, smiley frowny. Yeah, a lot of more There's a lot more influence here with these sliders. Lip cleft, about the same, but you don't really need much in the lip cleft area. About the same on the next one. Mouth shift works, does take the nose in this case. Alright, chin angle, a lot more ability there. You can have a lot more changes. Jaw shape, pointy and square. Oh yeah, there's a lot more ability for influence here. Chin depth. It's pretty cool. I like the extra influence that has gotten put in here. I think it's probably going to change again because I think that it gives you a little too much ability to deform the mesh when you are messing with sliders, and inevitably people in Second Life will overdo it. So that's just the way it is. High jaw, low jaw. Yeah, so there's a lot more opportunity because if someone wanted to mess up this mesh, they could easily deform it by going too far. Overbite, underbite. Yeah. So again, lots of abilities. Jowls, still no effect. Chin cleft, still no effect. Not really expecting an effect for those. And then chin tight and loose, a lot more ability there. So there's a lot more emotions able to be used. I really like the versatility of this head, and I think this new one maybe even has a little too much influence on the sliders, but that does give you more ability to change your face. So the more influence there is, the more ability you have to deform your mesh, but also the more ability you have to change it to the way that you want it to look like. So that's really cool, and I am looking forward to seeing the next iteration of this too. Let me show you before I go the animation that she put in with it. So let's bring back... oh, I don't need that. Let's see, my inventory, animation. Alright, so here is an animation test for this head. So blinking, spreading the mouth, wink. It's really cool. Look how well that mesh moves. It's a lot smoother, I think, than the animations on the regular heads right now. Even Catwa's own heads. Looks really good. So that's that. So that is the second head preview. So you can see that on this version, and I'm sure there will be many versions to come, there's more influence on the sliders, so you can make more changes, and that the eyes will move because they're rigged. So they'll move with it. And I'm really excited about the Omega Eye option as well, because there's some really pretty Omega Eyes out there. So thank you for joining me again, and I will catch you next time.